All right, so today we're going to be doing a deep dive into this book called Why We Want You to Be Rich.
Yeah.
And you might have heard of the authors.
Okay.
It's Donald Trump
Oh, wow.
and Robert Kiyosaki.
Interesting combo.
Yeah, it's a pretty interesting pair, to say the least.
Yeah. What's the story with this book?
Well, they they come from these totally different backgrounds, but they both seem really concerned about this shrinking middle class in America.
Okay, yeah, I've heard them talk about that before, for sure.
Yeah, and they actually compare it to melting ice caps.
Oh, wow.
Um,
That's a pretty stark comparison.
It is pretty dramatic.
Yeah.
But, they're not just like, doom and gloom. They're also offering like a roadmap or like a guide to help you actually climb that financial ladder.
Okay. All right. So they want to help people become rich.
Yeah, they want you, the listener, to become rich.
Got it.
That's the whole point of this book.
Okay. So where do they think we should start?
Well, they put a huge emphasis on this idea of financial education.
Okay.
And they kind of argue that like the traditional system sets us up to be dependent, like to rely on these handouts instead of taking charge of our own finances.
Oh, so they're not big on the whole like entitlement mentality.
Exactly. Yeah, they want you to like ditch that ASRE.
So like be more proactive with your money.
Yeah, be like a financial superhero,
Like take charge of your own destiny.
Right, instead of waiting for someone to rescue you.
I like that.
Be the rescuer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that makes sense. I mean, it's kind of like, do you remember that story about Trump negotiating the price of chairs?
Oh, yeah, for his restaurant or something.
Yeah, he got them for like a ridiculously low price.
He's a good negotiator.
Yeah, and that's what they're saying is like, be a problem solver,
Right, see an opportunity and seize it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's not just about like learning about money. It's like a whole mindset shift.
Totally. And that actually leads us to this concept of the cash flow quadrant.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about that before.
It's one of Kiyosaki's big things.
Right, from Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Yeah, so he uses this quadrant to basically categorize different ways of earning income.
Okay, I could use a little refresher on this one.
Yeah, sure.
Break it down for me.
So there's like 4 quadrants. There's the E quadrant, which stands for employee.
Okay, typical 9 to 5.
Right. Then there's the S quadrant, which is self-employed or small business owner.
Okay.
The B quadrant is business, like a larger scale business.
Got it.
And then the I quadrant is investor.
So it's like a map of different ways to make money.
Exactly. And I think you can probably guess which quadrants Trump and Kiyosaki are big fans of.
They're probably not pushing for the whole employee route.
No, they're all about the B and I quadrants.
Yeah, makes sense.
Owning businesses and becoming a really good investor. That's like their recipe for building real wealth.
But what about people who are stuck in that E quadrant?
Well, even Kiyosaki himself started out as an employee.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he talks about how he actually struggled in that quadrant before finding success as a business owner and investor. So it's like your path to wealth might not be a straight line.
You might have to try different things.
Exactly, and it might twist and turn, and you might start in one quadrant and end up in another.
That's kind of encouraging for people who feel stuck.
Yeah, totally.
So it's never too late to switch gears.
Right, and that actually brings us to one of the more like controversial parts of this book.
Oh.
They challenge this traditional advice of like saving money and diversifying your investments.
Wait, are they saying like ditch your savings account and just go all in on risky stuff?
No, not exactly. But they argue that in our current economy, like just saving isn't enough.
Interesting.
They believe it can actually make you poorer because of inflation.
Inflation's a beast.
It really is. So what they propose instead is getting comfortable with debt.
Debt?
Yeah, but not just any debt. They call it good debt.
Good debt.
Yeah, specifically debt that's used for investing.
Oh, okay.
And they use real estate as a prime example.
Of course they do.
They love real estate.
Yeah, they both made their fortunes in real estate.
Exactly. So there's no surprise.
Yeah.
But they argue that with well-managed real estate, you can actually use debt to your advantage.
It's all about leverage.
Exactly. So break that down for me.
So like you use borrowed money to buy a property that generates income, like rent.
Okay.
And then the rent covers the debt payments, and you still have this asset that's potentially going up in value.
So you're basically using other people's money to build your own wealth.
Yeah, it's pretty clever.
It is pretty clever.
They argue that a lot of people miss out on real estate's potential because they're so focused on just saving and avoiding debt.
We're not seeing the bigger picture.
Right.
They're thinking inside the box.
Exactly.
And they also highlight this thing called intrinsic value in real estate.
Intrinsic value.
Yeah, have you ever heard of that?
Not really.
So it's about looking beyond just like the market price.
Oh, okay.
They argue that properties have this like inherent value based on things like location,
Okay.
rental income, potential even tax advantages.
So it's like finding properties that are fundamentally sound,
Yes, exactly.
not just chasing the latest trends.
Exactly. And that actually brings us to another one of their core beliefs, and that's the importance of time.
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 Okay, this should be good.
It is good.
I'm ready.
Okay, so we're talking time now.
Time, yeah.
They're not talking about like time management. Or
No,
anything.
no, it's bigger than that.
Okay.
It's time as like your most valuable asset,
Okay.
even more valuable than money.
Because you can't make more time.
Exactly. You could always make more money, but time,
You can't get it back.
nope, it's gone.
That's why they're so into like the whole continuous learning thing, right?
Yeah, they're huge advocates for it.
Be a student of money forever.
Exactly.
Keep learning, keep growing.
The financial world is always changing, so you got to be ready.
Right. So it's not enough to just like read one book or take one course.
Definitely not.
It's got to be like an ongoing thing.
Lifelong pursuit.
Yeah, exactly.
They actually lay out like 4 key principles for wealth creation.
Oh, okay. What are those?
Leverage, control, creativity, and expansion.
Okay, leverage we kind of talked about with real estate.
Yeah, using borrowed money
Right.
to increase your buying power.
But it's more than just that, right?
Yeah, leverage can also be about using other people's time and expertise.
Oh, okay. So like delegating tasks.
Exactly, building a team.
Okay, got it.
Then there's control.
Control.
That's all about understanding your investments,
okay.
making conscious choices about where your money's going.
So not just like blindly following the crowd
Definitely not.
or putting all your eggs in one basket.
Exactly, got to diversify.
Right. And then creativity.
Creativity is like finding innovative solutions,
Okay.
structuring deals in smart ways.
So like finding opportunities where other people just see obstacles.
Yeah, thinking outside the box.
I like it.
And finally, expansion,
Expansion. Okay.
thinking bigger,
Right.
scaling your businesses,
Okay.
always looking for new opportunities.
So like once you've got one thing working,
Yeah.
don't just stop there.
Nope. Keep pushing forward.
Keep growing.
Keep expanding.
It sounds pretty ambitious.
Yeah. And they use Trump's career as an example.
Oh yeah. Make it
All his real estate stuff
right.
embodies all these principles.
So they're not just talking the talk.
Nope. They walk the walk.
They've actually done this stuff.
Yeah, they've got the experience.
Now I'm curious.
Yeah.
What kind of advice would they give to someone like me, the learner,
Oh, yeah.
like based on where I am in life?
So if you're still in school,
Okay.
they'd probably say, focus on accounting and business law.
Get those fundamentals down.
Yeah. Build a strong foundation.
What about if you're like a young adult just starting out?
Then they'd probably say to explore ways to generate passive income.
Okay, like what?
Maybe network marketing or starting a side hustle.
Build multiple income streams.
Exactly.
Okay.
And for baby boomers,
Baby boomers.
they'd probably recommend looking into real estate
Yeah.
for cash flow and stability,
Especially with all the concerns about retirement and stuff.
right? Traditional options might not be enough.
Right. And what if you're already doing well financially?
Then they'd encourage you to find ways to get back.
Oh, okay.
Use your wealth to make a positive impact.
I like that.
Yeah. It's not just about accumulating money.
Right.
It's about aligning your financial goals with your values.
Okay, so speaking of misconceptions about wealth,
Uh-oh.
what do they say about this idea that it's all about luck?
Oh, they hate that.
Yeah.
They completely debunk that myth.
Because it's not luck.
It's skill
It's strategy.
and hard work.
You got to put in the work.
Exactly. It's a process, not a lottery ticket.
So you're saying it's like having financial intelligence,
That-
being able to spot opportunities and make smart decisions.
And they believe that everyone has an unfair advantage.
Oh, an unfair advantage.
Yeah, like some unique skill or knowledge they can leverage.
So it's not about comparing yourself to other people. It's
Yeah.
about recognizing your own strengths.
Exactly. And using them to create wealth.
I like that.
So instead of focusing on what you lack,
Yeah.
focus on what you bring to the table.
Find your unique thing.
Exactly.
So how does that play into their recommendations for like specific investments?
We already talked about real estate,
Right. Leverage cash flow?
but they're also big believers in entrepreneurship.
Okay. So like starting a business.
Yeah. Or exploring network marketing.
So building something of your own.
Yeah, being in control.
Scaling your income.
Exactly. But they also caution against just blindly following the crowd.
Okay. So do your own research.
Yeah. Understand the fundamentals.
Think for yourself.
Don't just hand your money over to some guru.
Right. Be an active participant.
Yeah. Understand the why behind the what.
It's about empowerment.
Through education,
No shortcuts.
no blind
You
faith.
got to put in the work.
Yeah, make informed decisions.
And that brings us back to the cash flow quadrant.
Full circle.
They want you to shift your mindset
From working for money.
to having money work for you.
Exactly.
Moving from that E quadrant to the B and I quadrants.
That's where the freedom is.
That's where the magic happens.
Okay, so we've covered a lot.
A lot of ground.
Yeah, let's recap.
All right, let's do it. Yeah, it seems like they're really passionate about this stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Like they really want people to take control of their money,
It's not about getting rich quick or anything.
No, it's more about like giving you the tools and the mindset.
Right. The same stuff they used
Exactly.
to become successful.
And then it's like, okay, now you go do it
Figure out how to apply these principles
to your own life.
in your own way.
Right, because everyone's different.
Exactly.
And that's kind of what makes this whole deep dive thing so interesting.
Yeah, you got to think about it.
It's not just like passively listening.
Right, it's like,
It's about like, how can I actually use this information?
yeah, they're basically giving you the blueprints.
And then saying, go build something amazing.
Exactly.
And that something amazing could be different for everyone, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe it's starting a business
Investing in real estate.
or even just like,
Learning more about money.
yeah, becoming more financially literate.
The point is you have the power
You can define your own version of wealth.
and then create a path to get there.
So as we wrap up this deep dive
Oh,
into why we want you to be rich,
Yeah.
it's like the one question
the big question.
that Trump and Kiyosaki would want us to walk away with.
They actually ask it in the book.
Oh, really?
What's my unfair advantage?
Oh, I like that.
What unique skills or
Did
knowledge
you have
can you leverage?
to create wealth?
That's a good one, right?
It is a good one.
Makes you think.
It's not about comparing yourself to others. It's
Yeah.
about figuring out what you're good at,
What makes you special?
what makes you you,
And then using that
to your advantage.
because everyone has something,
Yeah, right.
some unique talent or passion.
That could be valuable.
It's about embracing your individuality
Finding your own path.
to success.
No cookie cutter solutions.
Definitely not.
And they also say, like, don't just sit there and think about it.
Take action,
Do something.
even if it's a small step.
Just get started.
Start learning
Explore new opportunities.
and think big
Because thinking big is the first step.
to achieving big things.
So there you have it.
That's why we want you to be rich.
By Donald Trump.
And Robert Kiyosaki.
A book that challenges you to think differently
To take control.
and to build your own financial future.
It's been a great deep dive.
It has been fun.
Until next time,
Keep learning
keep growing.
and keep diving deep.